How's it going, guys? My name is Vertigo, and welcome back to the top of Lothric Castle for some more Dark Souls 3. Unfortunately, we're doing post commentary today. I really wanted my original, raw, uncut reactions to these next parts to go on video, but I really just did not like how the audio came out for that. I'm trying to up my standards with what I'm putting online to represent my channel. And the audio for this part I didn't like how it came out. For starters, I was recording at night, which means I was talking super quietly, and I hate having to do that for starters. Secondly, there was just a lot of background noise. So, as sucky as it is, as much as I wanted to have my real reactions go up, I got to do this, so that's unfortunate. We are actually about to enter the bedchamber of Prince Lothric, who is presumably the final fight of the game. I considered summoning some help for this, but I wanted to face this like a man for once, um, and just 1v1 the fight, kind of. But of course, that can never happen. Um, so here we are at Prince Lothric's chamber. Obviously, unfortunately, I had to mute the clips, so I don't even have the sound for the cutscene. So we're speaking with Prince Lothric, and essentially what he's telling us is to go fuck off. Um, his destiny was to be a Lord of Cinder and aid in the linking of the flame, but he wants nothing to do with it. He wants to end the Age of Fire, basically. Um, and he and his older brother Lorian are going to make sure that happens. So here comes Lorian. He was trained to be a knight, um, which is why he's wielding that huge sword. And we'll get a lot of lore about what happened with Lorian and Lothric when we start looking at their items. But essentially, Lorian is a close combat fighter, and Prince Lothric, who is he's the younger brother who's up in the bedchamber itself, is using his miracles to teleport Lorian around. Um, so they're kind of working together, even though they're not both necessarily in the fight, to help bring an end to the Age of Fire. For whatever reason they want to end the Age of Fire, it's not. I don't think it's 100% clear. Lorian certainly does not appear to be human. He is significantly larger than a normal person. Assuming normal people are, for example, like Henri or Orbeck. Um, he definitely seems to be like more of the vein of an Ornstein or even like Gwyn himself. Much larger than a regular human. Um, but they want to bring about the end of the Age of Fire, apparently, which is ironic because he's whipping around fire at us every which way. Um, but so once Lorian goes down, which will happen in a moment, so Lorian's done. And being the good brother he is, Lothric has to do something about that. So as the camera pans, you can tell Lothric is dismayed. He is on his way. I would really love to know what miracle they're using to teleport, because that would make things a lot easier in life. So he calls his brother the unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Which is weird. If Lorian was the elder prince, shouldn't he be the heir to the throne? They're both princes. It's weird. Anyway, Lorian is now revived by Lothric's miracles, and this is the real challenge of the fight, because now you have Lorian's sword and Lothric's ability to cast miracles coming at you from both sides now. So here comes Lothric. Lothric is going to be using his miracles. I mean, they look more like sorceries. I'm assuming they're miracles because of the way he clasps his hands, almost in prayer. Um, there's a lot of like side story related to a figure known as Gertrude in Lothric Castle, related to the winged knights that we found around the castle, the big guys with the twin axes. And I think that's kind of the source of Lothric's power. But I'm not 100% on that. I'm sure there's something somewhere that could either confirm or deny that. But that's what I'm assuming is what's going on. Oh, ouch. So Lothric says, this spot marks our graves, but you may rest here too if you like. Um, I think that's essentially Prince Lothric's way of saying that we are going to die here. We're not going anywhere. But you can stay here too. For this next fight, I decided to change my loadout a little bit. I was not liking the Wolf Knight Greatsword. I didn't like how I was trying to match Lorian's big swings with more big swings when clearly Lorian was going to win that competition. So I changed to Ricard's Rapier and Dragon Slayer armor, which I found in Archdragon Peak. Nice! Got a nice little almost call it a visceral critical attack riposte, I guess you can call it, even though I didn't parry. Um, but yeah, so I got all this extra equipment on. I'm using the Ricard's Rapier because I wanted to be able to land quicker attacks instead of heavier attacks. So that worked pretty well in defeating Prince Lorian. For the second fight, I'm also packing a Miracle Lightning Blade to add a little damage to my Rapier. And in my opinion, it just kind of tears them up. Um, this actually isn't my first time fighting them since my first attempt. But my last couple were pretty bad attempts. So I decided to scrap them. I only had like two or three. But the princes, as you can see, they have individual health bars. Oh god. Gotta love those big slashes. And follow up with a even bigger shot. Yeah, as it turns out, all their attacks can pierce pillars. At least the bigger ones can. So if you're trying to find sanctuary behind the pillars, you better pick your pillar carefully. Anyway, each prince has a separate. They each have a separate hitbox and a separate health bar. Um, every time you bring down Lorian, he just ends up getting revived by Lothric. So instead of targeting, oh god, Lightning Blade ran out. Instead of targeting Lorian, you kind of want to swing around and attack Lothric as well. So there you can see Lorian's health bar ran out, and Lothric was about to revive him, but you can take that opportunity to just wail on Lothric and pretty much put an end to him. And of course, style points. So we got the Cinders of a Lord, as well as the Soul of the Twin Princes. I think it's interesting that each one, that they don't have an individual soul, that their souls are actually intertwined. I'm wondering if that's the curse that Lothric spoke about in the opening scenes. Um, is that instead of being individuals, um, they're like one entity, one soul split into two pieces. And I think we do get confirmation of that in an item description that basically says the souls of the twin princes are intrinsically linked. Here, I'm just looking around the throne room for some loot. Got a bunch of different messages on. That Praise the Ally one is like super popular now. I recently went back and looked at it. It has like 500 upvotes. Um, but nevertheless, we've defeated the princes Lothric and Lorian, and we're gonna head back to the Firelink Shrine and link the fire. Or are we? Alright, so here we are back at the Firelink Shrine. Time to go up and place Prince Lothric's ashes on the throne. I am a little curious though. I have noted that the description on the back of the throne, it doesn't say Prince Lothric. It says no. Do we not put these here? Oh, there we go. Um, it's been so long since I actually recorded this. Oh, there's his head. It's been so long since I recorded this that everything's kind of like still kind of new to me. But anyway, the back of the throne says King Lothric, last of his line. So I'm not like 100% sure if there's a difference or if it's just like a mistype, which I would be like kind of surprised. But now that we've returned the cinders of the lords to their thrones, our firekeeper is going to help us link the fire. And we are going to be the true lord. Alright, so we're going to kneel at the bonfire now. And it's time for everyone to get burnt. There goes Aldrich. Aw, Ludleth. That's sad. Goodbye, bro. Yorm the giant of the profaned capital. All the Abyss Watchers. And Prince Lothric, last hope of his line. Surrender their fires to the true heir. I noticed, like, as this scene was going on, this almost looks like from the opening cutscene of Dark Souls 1, where the Witch of Izalith is creating the first flame, not the first flame, the Chaos Flame. It was like I went back and looked at it. They look almost exactly the same. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of connection there. But here, our firekeeper is for some reason sprinkling the ashes from the fire onto us because, of course, we're ashen. So there's a reference to the gods of the first game, Gwyn, Nito, and the Witch of Izalith, who created, well, not didn't create, but inherited the first flame, kind of. So our job is to finish the job that we started in Dark Souls 1, essentially. So we are now in a darkened version of Firelink Shrine. Another one, because now there's two. Um, This is the Flameless Shrine, and it will be our gateway into the last part of the game. I'm going to cut it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, drop a like, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have an awesome day, guys. Peace out.